It is not Thanksgiving. It's not Black Friday. It's not Christmas. But I'm calling it a Black Friday, Christmas, Thanksgiving miracle. The Black Friday is not really it kind of is a holiday nowadays. But we did not have to redo the draft. The draft stayed final, which is absolutely shocking. I know I'm probably jinxing it now. It's like, oh yeah, you thought it's final. Now, speaking of things that are final, I don't think that the names or numbers are going to be final, but these are kind of what I'm looking at for our rookies. The quarterback, Lawrence Greer, wearing number 7. Some people may know of that number. It's kind of familiar. Obviously, if you've watched the draft itself, the names are different, the numbers are different, but the players are obviously the exact same outside of the tight end. Like I said, I was going to cheat with him on my wife. He needs trucking. He needed stiff arm, right? Everything else, though, absolutely the same. I will say, though, I kind of didn't really show the ratings of the players. Now that I think about it, I really didn't go in and show those guys, did I? It is what it is. These are the ratings. I mean, I showed the main rating importances for a few of them, but not all of them. But here is every single thing. Trigger happy, sense of pressure, a tight spiral, aggressive forward. So, I mean, he's a guy that I would imagine out the gate is probably not going to beat Hikaru for the starting job, but that's why we have preseason, just in case he does. Fielding 3 running backs is really Kenneth Walker is your first, second, third, fourth down running back. He's the everything package. Jonathan Tanner wearing number 40 is, I wanted to go number 34, but Slater kind of cursed that number forever, so I'm not going to do that. Insane trucking, insane stiff arm, insane speed and excel. Agility's even good. Change of direction sucks, but juke moves even all right. Of course, injury, stamina, toughness, massive L, but obviously a freak when it comes to trucking. Doesn't have to worry about injury too much, hopefully, because he's not going to really be in that much, right? We have one new rookie, obviously this guy, but, I mean, he's just kind of a backup. We have one wide receiver rookie, Kendrick Patterson, wearing number 17, 6'3", 194 pounds, 94 speed, 94 excel, 90 agility, 90 jumping. Catching's a little iffy. Route running's pretty damn iffy. But this guy has the potential to become a star in this league. And that, not only his job, but potentially Tyler Lockett's job, believe it or not, could be on the line, depending on how this preseason shakes out. If he looks really good, I mean, I think you try to get something for Lockett while he's still somewhat tradable. 31 is, it's really up there, but, with his consistency, you could probably get something for him. And then, of course, the tight end, the 6'8" giant tight end, Ross Jacobson. I was going to change his face. I wish the hair wasn't receding as much. It's like real life. But this is what he looks like. We ended up putting his trucking up to 79 and his stiff arm to 82. I think that's fair because, once again, he's literally a monster, dude. Route running sucks, though, and so does catching, but lots of potential as he is a freak of the speed. O-line didn't change too much. I kept George Lippett, and then I changed Daniel's name to Pierre. I was not trying to say Perry. Daniel Pierre, okay? Relax. That's it. In case you guys, because once again, some of the players I forgot to fully show, but a very good pass blocker. Just everything else kind of sucks. We'll obviously keep an eye on that position as we have a lot of talent that could shift around and different players could start. So no one's job is secure. I would say Lippett's a little bit more balanced, but he is also smaller. Do you really want that at guard? I don't know. Of course, on top of that, Pierre is more athletic. D-line, sits like that with the DT. Darius Red at the starting spot. 81 finesse, 71 block shed, 90 strength, 74 speed, 84 excel. Doesn't have, swim move or anything like that trait. Not sure why, but hoping for the best with him. We have, more guys that could play. And he sucks. Northcutt, Puna Ford. We got Jonathan Cooper as a backup edge. We've had a lot of injuries at that position, so definitely want to make sure we have some sort of backup plan. Then you have Damian Alexander, the linebacker. Normal dev, but insanely athletic. 89 speed, 89 excel, and 81 change of direction. Super freak. More traits than our damn DT. And then Terrell Lewis on the opposite side. Cornerbacks, technically we have this Andre Wheeler guy, but he's just depth. Once again, he's not going to see the light of day, I imagine. We also got Kobe Bryant back. And then Luke Marshall decided to keep him exactly the same. Obviously changed maybe his look a little bit, his, like, you know, pads and whatnot. But other than that, same, because I really like his vibe. I'm liking it a lot. And then the kicker, Ben Morgan, 95 kick power, 78 accuracy, changed the number there just to give options at quarterback. And then the punter is obviously still Michael Dixon. So that is what the rookie class looks like. But how will they shape up when actually playing against talent that isn't their own full speed, if you will, against other guys trying to make rosters? No job is really safe outside of, like, what, 4 jobs? Running back, wide receiver 1, Woolen, whatever position, one of the cornerback spots, and then probably Jamal Adams, right? There's a lot of positions that can be changed around at will, so no one should really consider this like, oh, walk in the park, even if you think you're secure, because no one is. But yeah, for the most part, the starting projected lineup, not a whole lot of changes, but once again, a lot of depth changes, and also guys that, like we said, can steal roster spots. So definitely going to be keeping a good eye out on that. We have the quarter length at 5, because we're going to have 3 games here, and hopefully know by week 1 who is in and who is out. Red is the only new starter for the defense as of right now, as we are going to give up a 12-yard run right out the gate to start her out, talking about how bad our run defense was last year, and so far not looking much better. Obviously, Barton looks to be the starter, but that new guy, Alexander, good job by Oliver with a little bit of help from Barton, speaking of, also gives us a pretty good opportunity to really add some athleticism to the position. Once again, losing a bit of that block shedding as Diggs going to step up, and there goes the man you can't lose, Mr. Brooks. Of course, Porter coming in as the backup safety. You also do have Marshall. That'll probably see a lot of snaps, and I thought that was overthrown. It was actually a perfect ball. Lamar Jackson delivering for 18 to Bateman. Jordan Brooks coming on the blitz. Adams getting across. Really good job on Bateman there as Mafe allows nothing. Not saying they're a predictable, super predictable team, but I kind of feel like it's pretty safe to go with, some actual coverage here. And I say that, but they do run it. Barton making a really good play, saying, "You're not stealing my job, all right?" Maybe that Brooks guy, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not sure you're going to pull that off either, but not mine. Tell you what, looking pretty good to start this one. 3rd and 8. Wosu not really getting off the block. And Diggs going against a very big tight end in Kolar. He actually stopped him. Why would you kick this? And maybe it's because they have a new kicker. Justin Tucker is no more? Did he retire? Is he like, hey, I got enough money? Or are they trying out a new kicker just in case? I don't know. That is a big tight end. Kind of making Fant look small here. And speaking of, wow, that is not a great throw. Really good catch, though. Is that a guy right in on us instantaneously, though? That's just not fun, bro. Like, we need some blocks. Center actually doing a pretty good job against a very big defensive tackle. Really no one open. Gonna just throw that away, basically. Preseason not looking super good for us so far, I'm gonna be honest with you. And there's the youngster Patterson coming in. Don't want to just force it to him, but at the same time, he is pretty open. Won't get the first down, but it's a yard short. I mean, there's situations in real games where you maybe want to go for this. I can, why wouldn't you? All right, I'm trying to think about what you want to do here. Lock it, drag him out. He's not really that fast, though. And there goes Fant, who will hold on. That's a tough one from both guys there, the quarterback and the tight end, but it works out. Already the second quarter. Roy Patterson maybe looking deep on this play. And actually open. Finding a lot of room there to the 38-yard line. We like that. For some reason, Tanner is in while we still have pretty much everyone else in for the most part. Tanner, the big trucking guy, trucking early, still fighting forward, gaining about 8. That's kind of nice. Kenneth Walker back in on the stretch. Going to test the big tight end out on the block. Once again, not a great blocker, but he is big. And we will get enough out of it as Kenneth's actually only going to gain about 3 or 4. But Hikaru going to have to back up to try to get this screen off, and Will Tanner is looking pretty good. Tries to stiff arm, can't get it, but gets it to the 13. Not a bad play. Kind of liking Tanner a bit here. And we're going to take this to Metcalf, who gets absolutely PI'd. I mean, that's just, you want to call it a hold, illegal contact, straight up pass interference. You call it how you want to, ref, but you got to call it first. And there goes a nice throw to Fant. Maybe floated it a little bit too much there, considering it was supposed to be a bullet, but he had a guy right in his face right as he's turning around. And we will get on the board with a touchdown. Not bad. What the guys are doing on that celebration, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. But here is Alexander, high potential guy, coming in on the blitz here. And that is the wrong guy we've been switched to. Don't know who this quarterback is, but apparently he's got a little bit of speed. Samuel, I'm going to call him Vinny Samuel. Just looks like a Vinny. I don't even know who that was on the edge. It looked like Barton, but I mean, he was blitzing, actually, to be fair. But saying, like, why would he be on the edge? And there they go again. Alexander, though, huge hit, forces the fumble, but they're going to get the first down because of a missed pickup. And now Poona Ford is injured, the kind of do-it-all backup, who obviously doesn't play as much as he once did. And we did kind of pay him quite a bit of money, but a very important backup for anyone that gets injured. And they do hand it off, and Alexander gets a nice little help there. Very fast, dislocated elbow. Could be a couple of weeks, but as far as preseason game 1 goes, that's, not the worst injury. The clock is ticking away, and over the middle, there's no one. Miscommunication, perhaps. Huge hit by Adams, who at this point in the game probably doesn't need to be playing, and now their lineman is injured. Marshall playing a little bit of cornerback. Once again, we want to see what we've got, right? And there goes the edge of Cooper. Some of those numbers might be subject to change, 37 at the moment, but if you get a full-on spot on this roster starting, you probably deserve a better number for an edge than that. Poole not making a play. Getting a rush on the inside by Cooper, speaking of. And, man, this Cooper guy, I'm just saying, he's kind of doing things. I'm liking it. Okay, we might have to pull off Barton here. And underneath, and there goes Porter getting burned by a rather slow tight end. He's a big guy, though, so you give up that inside leverage very easily when you have that size difference. Porter going to pick that up early. Back in the end zone, maybe. And nobody on him is what appears to be the running back, Tyler Batty. Ravens with a nice little drive in a hurry to get a score before half. Giving Wheeler a chance here on the block, and he kind of ran like a straight line. I feel like it was a good jump, just not a good angle. All right, this is a lot to ask for, but you do have Metcalf still out there, so see if Hikaru can do something with it. 22 seconds, 2 timeouts. And it's pretty easy to do something with it when you got DK Metcalf on the streak. Jalen Armour Davis, there's never a chance. There's never a shot, and that is just too easy. No safety help. You're never going to stop him. And that will end the first half. Tanner's going to get a chance to return this kick now, which, he is a backup after all. A lot of white guys. I don't know how I feel about this. As, there goes the big man Tanner trying to truck forward, gets to the 23. He's a very top-heavy guy, let me tell you. Here we go with the twos, if you will. Still some pretty talented players, and wow, okay, not a great start for Greer. It's getting the jitters out and whatnot, so not gonna get too crazy with it early, but pretty open tight end there. Let's try to hit that throw next time. And the big tight end gets in there, flag because of how long it took for that play to go, and that's probably gonna be a hold. Second 19, we're actually going to run the ball here as they're giving us a pretty open inside, and we do get a truck, only getting 6, though. I don't want to see how to truck. I know how to damn truck, okay? This play's kind of built for Moore/Melton. Let's see what we can line up. And really not open, but it's a really good throw, giving us a chance. Nice throw to Melton. Really good catch by Melton. And on 4th and inches, we're going to test out the big man Tanner. He's really not even that big, but 225 with some huge trucking potential. And he will get clotheslined by a fellow number 40 and really disappoint me, to be honest. Not happy with that. Jamal Adams still in for some reason. And everyone's going to miss. Wow. And Marshall's going to miss, almost killing Alexander. 3rd and 13, Adams stepping up, covering that outside, and Adams missing, trying to go for the pick. Will be a manageable 4th and 3 instead of, what could have been like a 4th and 7. You still expect them to probably not go for it. Keep this within 1, and that's what they're going to do. Also giving their kicker some experience in-game kicking, and obviously easy field goals it's still a motivator. And on the return is actually the Pro Bowl kick returner / punt returner, Bo Melton, taking it to the 24-yard line. Looking for these wide receivers on the outside. Patterson getting a little excited there for my liking. And not a bad route from the tight end, who will catch it and slip away. Nice little play there. You know, not a guy that you're expecting to make too many plays, you know, in traffic, but does it there. 1st and 10, good throw by Greer. Play action look. Getting a little bit of a block, and we're going to take the underneath Arcega, who looks really small. Who the hell is number 1? That guy looks big. I know Arcega Whiteside's not that huge, but who is that guy? He's a monster. To be fair, I think that is actually Anthony Nelson, if I'm not mistaken, who is, in fact, a certified monster, right? Yeah, Anthony Nelson. We almost signed him in free agency. Decided to go with the little more athletic guys, and wow, he is a big guy. 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line, and Tanner fighting gains about 5. You know, really want to test the quarterback's throwing. You really want to test the receiver's route running, but at the same time, you got to run a normal offense, and we will hike this before the 4th. And there goes Patterson, and wow, there goes a very inaccurate ball by Greer. See Patterson on the little wiggle. And that's a tough one, but that's a big man. Jacobson will not bring it down. A good throw. Maybe should have taken the sit down to B, but hesitated, didn't have the time. Jonathan Tanner with a 40-some-yard touchdown. I already forgot. I was thinking about the situation that they were in. It's our ball. Now whose ball is it? Interception? Huh? What's going on here? Are they trying to drive down? Not a whole lot of clock here. Let's get in here. First play they give me is some sort of run defense, and the clock is ticking. Dropping back far with Alexander, and that, by a tackle of Marshall, will be a really lackluster way, but the end of the game, nonetheless. You know, winning 21-13, not a perfect performance, but you know, there was some things to take away that were positive, like Patterson's route running. Jacobson actually catching the ball pretty aggressively. Caught a lot more passes than I thought he was going to in certain situations. Tanner looks pretty good. 4th and inches is a little bit of an L, a little bit of a letdown. Marshall looks great. Alexander looks very, energetic. And our run defense still sucks. So, some positives, some negatives, and game 1 in the books with a victory. Looking at the actual box score, though, Hikaru, pretty solid. Greer, not terrible. That interception was in sim, in fairness. Rushing, Tanner had a huge run, so that kind of inflates those numbers. Of course, Walker, we really run anybody else. Tanner was kind of the guy to see what he's capable of, see what his stamina is like for taking a bunch of carries in a row. You know, pretty tame game for, you know, preseason standards. You sometimes see some crazy scoring, some crazy yardage because, you know, teams are being a little sloppy both sides. Got an upgrade for Sidney Jones. Obviously need a little bit of zone coverage, so we're going to go with that. No upgrade in overall, which is a bit of an L. Plus 2 to zone coverage, which is actually not terrible. And then Jordan Brooks, whose abilities are, what are they? Unfakeable and mid-zone. That's actually pretty decent. Doesn't need any tackles, so block shed, I'd probably go run stopper. I'd say run stopper or pass coverage. Might go pass coverage next time to get that zone plus. Oh, don't need to worry about it. 2 block shedding, 2 to zone coverage, 1 a man, 1 a tackle, 1 a hip power. I mean, is there a reason to go elsewhere with the upgrades? Run stopper looks busted. Of course, 1 new injury, which will be Mr. Poona Ford. I don't know what that's going to be like. Couple of weeks at best. 4 weeks, yes. I mean, on par to return for week 1, maybe week 2, which we can live with. But let's go to the next week, which probably makes Tanner that superstar, and it does, which is, once again, pretty busted. Yeah, such a good head and shoulder. I'm convinced that it's not a matter of if, but when he becomes great. Although he's a backup to you, so probably not when. Either way, superstar dev for a guy we didn't even have to develop ourselves. Pretty insane. Almost as insane as watching this video this long and not being subscribed or liking it. That's real crazy. Of course, Breece Hall, probably their best option for offense. And then attacking, I guess, throw it medium. I'm not really trying to run the ball too much in preseason. We kind of know what we got, right? We got Kenneth Walker is insane, and Tanner looks pretty dependable. Davenport actually does have an upgrade, which will now put him as a 79 overall. nothing of good. That's really unfortunate. At home for game 2 in the preseason, changing up the lineup quite a bit. We changed some of the wide receivers, changed the quarterback, changed a little bit of the defense, linebackers, and safeties up a little bit. So, going to see what we're rocking with some of these other guys playing against the true number ones of a very decent and up-and-coming Jets team. They get the ball to start this game off. Marshall playing strong safety, and Alexander playing middle linebacker 1. Pretty good turns. Got to leave the underneath over there, and Barnes gets broken through. Alexander misses because Sidney Jones, and who is this guy? This guy's insane. I mean, Barnes is one thing. He's like Deion Sanders, but not as good. Sidney's tiny, and then Alexander gets juked because of his teammate. Should have waited a little bit. Another guy gets trucked. I mean, what's even happening? Like, do we mind playing a little bit of defense here? Like, hello? And on the run, Alexander kind of giving up the lane, but, oh, there goes Alexander. Only going to gain a yard. Alexander Hall going to gain a yard there. And the guy that did catch that is a superstar, in fairness. What abilities does he have? Who knows? Alexander got out there quick. And wow, Woolen so tight on coverage. He knocks the ball out. You know how rare it is for us to see? Like, that just doesn't happen. 3rd and 9, Marshall one-on-one with Brees, who's obviously got that speed. Block and release, maybe. I don't know. Woolen! You know, I don't understand how he gets mossed almost the most out of everyone on this team, yet he's such a ball hawk, and he's so big. It's so weird. Going to get over to Marshall. In case it's not a run, and we bring the house on the run command, and we get in there, forcing a field goal. They thought it was going to just be so easy, huh? Of course, like we said, pretty much the same players, but Patterson, a couple other wide receivers, maybe different, and Greer did not try to be on the run, overthrows it anyways. Was trying to set the feet, but once again, with every quarterback, we always throw super late there. And we drafted so many damn players, I ain't even going to show every one of them on the list. Only one linebacker, if we can believe in the center here. And cannot. Great start for the run game, gaining a yard with our starting running back. 3rd and 9 now. Greer. Don't want to go 4 and out. 3 and out. That's 4 and out's not a thing. Patterson with the truck actually works. 4th and 2. Once again, I like these situations. I like going for them because these are situations that you might have to go for in an actual game, and I want to see what happens if you have this guy at quarterback and you need a clutch throw on 4th and 2, you know? And that is not bad. Huge catch by Moore. He was very clutch for us in these 3rd down situations last year. Comes away with a nice catch while being popped by Sauce Gardner. Not bad. Pretty good throw. Very clutch throw and a very, very, very clutch catch. Really wanted that play action, but it is what it is. As Kenneth showing off the speed. What a juke move. Gains about 7. Kenneth Walker is Kenneth Walker. So, you know, I ain't too worried. Just about to be the 2nd quarter. Trusting that out route. Pretty decently ran. There was a little out there, but the coverage was actually not bad. It is a good bait attempt by them, but at the same time, you know, it's pretty tough to hit that throw. And there goes Fant. Speaking of tough to hit the throw, ooh, huge hit on Fant's knees. And I like who we got as our backup, but I would prefer him not to have to play starter, right? Fant, please just do not die. Jacobson, speaking of, as the kind of lead block on this play, gets out there, but kind of covers no one. And Walker kind of fending for himself there, gains 5. Lockett back in the lineup. And can he win that one-on-one on the outside there? He cannot. And the only one that kind of does is Moore, but under pressure with a guy literally in his face, the ball is overthrown. Wiggle, you would like to think that this is, I mean, I wouldn't like to think it, but it seems like a blitz. And that's a tough throw, and another under pressure overthrow, and this time intercepted. Cofield, who's really not even a good pass rusher, gets through the center, it would appear, or the rookie guard, actually. Walker doesn't do a whole lot, and, I mean, under pressure just misses the throw, picked. Some things I liked on the defense last time, we came close to making that stop. This is where I would really like to see us make the stop, though, as everyone's getting blocked up. Marshall one-on-one, really good tackle, saving, you know, a touchdown. See Davenport. Not going to get through there. Mafe gets a little push and does get there. with Wolin being very aggressive with the tight end that threw everyone to the side, probably including him. And it will set up a 3rd and 2. See Alexander get in here if it's a run. And that is a nice read option. They got blocks. Huge hit by Diggs, but Zach Wilson gaining the 1st down. Sit in some press, man. We really haven't done that too much this game. Alexander's so fast. Oh, Porter had a chance. They gained 6 instead, though. Alexander, now, I don't know if he'll ever be a good run stopper, but he is good in coverage. If you're having troubles with a running back, maybe a tight end, and you're not starting him, what the hell was that? Yeah, put him in there. Put him in there to cover. He'll do it. He'll definitely win that. And, I mean, picking up that last second. Nice little tackle from behind like that, but not really even his route, but we seen that was going to burn, so he went for it. Try to catch up, couldn't. Really pushing that change of direction to the limit. That superstar tackle. Mekhi Becton really giving some troubles in Nwosu, obviously. And Wolin, get over there. Misses the tackle. Garrett Wilson kind of getting the better of him in this one. Trying to step. And there goes Oliver, getting to his legs, not bringing him down somehow. Thought we'd have easily caught a piece of the foot, but I guess not. Bringing the press, could blitz. And to the outside, he will get the 1st down. No, he will not. They're going to call him short, and with this situation, I feel like you go for the blitz. They can have their free field goal. I don't care. I do not want to get beat out on a fake. And they won't fake it. Up 6. Surely we won't get back-to-back games with the Metcalf special, right? Surely you can't get back-to-back games with the Metcalf special, right? Right? It won't. Oh, is that the wrong route? Greer, ho. A little bit of a wind-up on that turn. A little bit, we kind of panicked. It's more of our fault than anyone's, but Patterson, I feel like, may have ran the wrong route, gonna be honest. I think it actually is. There goes Moore again. Getting open nicely in this one. Of course, that will take us to the second quarter, or second half anyways, but Moore has been probably the most consistent route running winner, which once again is why I was kind of trying to aim for someone bigger like Patterson, because you already got a guy like Lockett in Moore, and I think obviously Moore is the future at the position, whereas Lockett is kind of heading and trending towards the past. Tanner from high school returning this kick. Will get some blocks. And the superstar, that change of direction is horrible. Okay, so he's not a bad straight line runner. Maybe you can trust him with not fumbling. But wow, is he quite the bad change of direction guy. And, I mean, just when you thought it was kind of Hikaru's job to lose, he just misses a wide open throw. Really good blocks and a really good route run by, it might have been Caldwell, actually. Pitch to the right. I don't like this, but I just wanted to see if we could run it. And Tanner, not going to be able to do it. Gains nothing. Loses 3, actually. They're trying to hype themselves up. It wasn't a good decision. I just wanted to see, And inside, really good throw. Really good route by Caldwell and a 1st down on 3rd and long. Tough conversions in the clutch like that go a long way when deciding who's the starter. And that is a tough comeback. And Caldwell, kind of writing him off as a actual wide receiver. Yeah, what is he doing on this drive? Kind of impressing us. All right, they seem to have the momentum as Lockett's running a streak when he's supposed to be running an out. Man, Lockett still does have that route running, though. Say what you want about him down the line, but this ain't down the line. This is right now. He's still a good player. Might be one of those, season trades where, nobody's really offering anything real right now, but someone needs a boost. And that is a crazy throw and catch. Tried to, float it over his head a little bit. Didn't really get what I wanted. I think I held it too long. Wanted the floater. Didn't get it. Kara on the QB draw. I don't know how the hell Jacobson got that. Is that Jacobson to the corner? I kind of want to trust the big man. And, wow, that is, maybe not PI, just a bad route. He just didn't have any separation there. Go up the middle with Tanner. I don't know what the hell his ability is, but it's probably not great. Tanner fighting to the 3. If it was one-on-one, he would have had a chance there. Strong toss. I don't really like strong toss. I don't like this either, though. I guess we'll run power O to the left side and getting some nice blocks. Tanner showing off the speed that goes along with the power back. And, wow, lineman is pretty strong there. Just lifting him up like it's nothing. On the board with a touchdown, and we will get the lead because of it. All right, kind of simmed down the line a little bit. I wanted more of a dramatic experience for our last drive on offense, and it's 4th and 7 now from the 40. They're apparently out of range because they're down by 2, going for it. Brooks is in, and he throws it away. It might have just been a bad throw. All right, Tanner in the receiving game. Kind of trusting Jacobson here quite a bit as well. And there goes Tanner, and wow, what a catch. Snags it easily, winning us the game. Wow, I mean, we threw it to him like he was McCaffrey, and he caught the thing. Like, I mean, that was pretty impressive. I mean, normally our running backs, especially when they're not that good at catching, kind of like struggle. He just hands catches that, and I mean, it's nothing for him. And obviously with that, we will win the game. Apparently we've given Myers that, short field goal chance just to keep him warm for the regular season. Finishing the game 13-19, obviously a little bit of a lower score, testing out different kind of scenarios on offense. A couple of pitch plays that were pretty dumb to try, but wanted to see if they could work in different, unexpected situations. Didn't really. Of course, looking at the comparison from quarterbacks, I mean, you got to admit, when we were in, that Hikaru was better. I mean, he definitely was better. Greer isn't bad. It's just, I don't think he's as good as Hikaru. Tanner was okay in the ground game, but, as far as the receiving game goes, that catch still impresses me. Same with Caldwell. Really impressive game from him as well. I just think he's, Lockett's kind of the odd man out, and he's the odd man out because he has value. It's like we can do well, we can have a successful season without Lockett, and we can get a lot for him, As far as Kenneth Walker goes, I would like to get that spin move to 90+, but I also would like to get his catching up because he's pretty bad at it. I'm going to go with receiving back. I mean, that's just, he's so bad at receiving. 2 to short route, 1 a juke move. His catching is the biggest issue. It's like no catching. But 64 catch, whatever. All right, 2-0 in preseason. Headed on to the final game. Also at home against the Raiders. Got a camp standout and a wide receiver mentorship. Hoping it is Patterson. I got to imagine it is. And it is. Coach, I know you're frustrated with Kendrick Patterson. Am I? Didn't know I was. Catching in traffic is pretty important, but I think we got to go with getting open. Getting open is the biggest thing. I think medium footwork is the one. +2 to release and +2 to medium route running, I believe, will be the result, and it is not bad. And then camp standout. This could be Marshall. Hoping it's not. I don't know who I'd want it to be. Davenport, maybe? Boye Mafe, not bad either, but stupid game thinks that he's a coverage linebacker. He's a pass rusher. He's an edge. I guess sure tackling? I guess? Really not what I was hoping for, and I'd rather have a power rush or a finesse, but sure, I suppose. Here it is, another nighttime game for the final game of the preseason, with Hikaru back in as the starting quarterback, and pretty much everyone else that we would expect to be the starter is in for this game, with Patterson being the only kind of exception, him being at number 2 right now, although I will say if we trade Lockett, that is probably the kind of projected lineup. All right, starting the game on defense with Alexander being the backup to Cody Barton in this one, and Marshall playing starting strong safety again. Not that he actually has a chance at it, as Quentin Davenport, as always, injured on the game. It's not like Marshall has a good chance to play safety this season, but really testing him and Porter out to see who gets the job next season, as Barton slightly gets overran. Not great of an angle by us, but a really good recovery, and that's just a perfect throw from Derek Carr. Of course, bruised sternum should be fine, but man, Davenport's kind of shaping out to be a bust. Like, he is superstar already, but he just can't stay healthy. Yeah, there's no way they're handing off to Devontae as Diggs one-on-one. Alexander getting locked up in the run defense, run support. And it was Marshall who tried to come in there for the last second hit. Didn't really help. Kind of just made him look lost. As Barnes going to have to cut back over last second. Barnes, instinctive, makes the tackle one-on-one against Jacobs. Obviously, it's a first down, but For him to make that tackle is still really impressive. Red coming in for the injured Davenport. Opportunity strikes. Just saying, even though he's projected starter anyways. Wow, what a play. Gets off his man early, gets to the left side, and limits him to 1, whereas everyone else kind of seemed lost. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Porter trying to get back to the middle of the field. Camp, that's okay as they throw to the outside. Jacobs hit kind of late, but already were diving. He just kind of didn't get out of the way. And I don't care how much I believe in Alexander. I don't think Devontae one-on-one with a linebacker ever is going to be good for the linebacker. And that could be a hold as Barton needs to get up there sooner. We do suspect this is coming back, but regardless if it is or not, you know, you got to get up there, Barton. Make a play. Hell, maybe even especially because it's a penalty. Give yourself a chance to get off the field if you force it to a 4th and 2. Marshall coming in. The blitz is not bad. And that's just what Devontae does. Barnes not even bad. I don't know if he was looking at the Jumbotron or Devontae's hands, but he got up there with the swat. He just missed. Won an attempt, though, and it's just Devontae. Like, look at that. But here they are, basically the projected starters. See what the offense looks like. It's right now Hikaru's job to lose. And we're going to take Mr. Metcalf underneath. Gains the first down. Trying to play it smart as possible on that with the double drag look. I did have that right to left with Moore, who is having himself a really good preseason, but Metcalf was safer. We got the play. It all works out. Everyone is happy unless your name is Moore. And here goes Hikaru using the legs. Wow, what a tackle by number 99, but still going to be a gain of about 7. Pretty good play there. Patterson in a pretty tough route situation. Although he wins it. Really good play. Tries the truck. I know he's 6'3", but he's a very slender 6'3". Double move inside from Fant. Could look for the underneath as well. And delivering a dot to Fant with a guy right on him is Hikaru. 3 for 3, 48 yards. Although we still have the same look. They look like they're not playing man, which is probably worse off for us. The tight end blocking, and wow, Max Crosby looking pretty fast there. I did see a tight end open early, but that whole thing is a setup to the right on a rollout, and just never happened. Inside, Kenneth trying to get a stiff arm, can't do it, gains 2. Looking for some timing plays back in the end zone wouldn't be the worst for Metcalf, depending on how they play this. And there's no chance. Did he hold on? No way. And they call pass interference. Who was that? Was that Patterson? How does he hold on? How does Hikaru get this? Right tackle, Bansa just gets destroyed by Max. I mean, I don't know how this isn't even a fumble. Delivers this somehow. A wobbler. Gives this guy a chance. And he just goes off. For some reason, I can't see any further than this. Must be when they called the PI. Wow. Potential young stud in the making there with that wide receiver, just to be honest. As Kenneth cuts it back. Kenneth! Down to the 1. Really want to hurry him up there, but couldn't apparently. Patterson. I mean, this is a tough read, but whoever... someone's open here. And there is Patterson, wide open, touchdown, easy as it comes. Perfect. Defense holding them to a field goal. 2 minutes pretty much before halftime. And that's a tough throw, but gets it there. Metcalf takes it down to the 46-yard line. 2-minute warning. Obviously, Greer will get his chance, but I don't know how it's going to be possible for him to steal the job at this point. A little late read by us. We still get it out to Moore. First down. A lot of room in the pocket there. That was pretty nice. Clean pocket. Lots of room to step if we needed. Didn't need to. Good play. Got the double tight end look. Jacobson, I don't know how his route running's developed. And that's a late read again. But once again, with that throw power, gets it to Fant. Catchable. Holds on. Might try more and more of that this season where we're just giving our guys a chance because we have that throw power. And inside, and it's going to be picked. I don't think that's a bad throw. I just think the safety made a good play. And yeah, the safety you can see is jumping that. It's a 50-50 ball. Nothing wrong with the throw. Just sadly, Jonathan Abram, of all players, getting in very aggressively. Wow, 78-yarder to Devontae. I didn't think he would even be in still. Down by 10. looking at potentially our first loss. Putting Greer in as, we kind of seen a lot from Hikaru. Want to see the starters with the backup one last time if we can. And that's a little overthrown. Kind of trying to force that into a spot rather than the guy being open. All right, 57 seconds. 2nd and 10. Looking for someone open. See Fant once again under pressure again. A little overthrown. All right, let's see it. More down the field. Probably should have taken that. And under pressure again, but delivers a pretty good throw. And Fant will be short. No, they're going to give him the credit for the first down. No booth review, surprisingly. This play looks a little wacky, ain't gonna lie. Probably looking for a quick throw to Kenneth. It is. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty bad throw. I mean, it says under pressure, but, I mean, how much pressure do you need to just completely miss the target? Not great. It's not great at all. Could be looking for Patterson. That's a pretty good throw to Fant, who will get us another first down. Fant over the middle could pick himself up another gainer, and we'll see. He's the prime target here. More on the motion. Under pressure again. Just going to take the simple throw as Moore will do the rest and gain about 7 and out of bounds. Patterson on the out route. I really like this. I want to see the throw and I want to see the route if it's obtainable. It's pretty good. Sadly, the throw isn't. Once again, a little bit of heat. Not going to blame just the quarterback. There's a lot of people to blame on that one. And inside Moore. Trying to go down to avoid the hit and get us, quicker for that timeout. It's not bad. Got the deep outs, but they are kind of covering those. I don't really think you could trust Patterson on that. And that's a great throw. An amazing route by Metcalf to the 17. To be fair, I didn't actually see the throwing motion of Greer. I don't think it's Slinger, but if it is, that could bump him up the list. Oh, wow, that is pass interference, but Fant had a chance anyways. Putting it in a really nice spot there. He got blocked up. I don't even know what happened there. If we can get some time, Patterson on that out looks good. And overthrown again. Pretty good coverage regardless. 10 seconds. Looking for the big boy, Jacobson. Could also see Metcalf here. And can't hit him under pressure again. It was there. And unfortunately, it will fall short. Or too far, actually. Good job, I think it was Walker last second, picking that block up. I mean, Max Crosby's insane this game. Just slightly overthrown. He had Metcalf as well, but obviously the 6'8 target's a little easier to throw to. Both were open. Missed him. All right, 3rd and 8. They've got empty here. Looks like Jordan Love might be the quarterback of the Raiders. And hit as he's throwing. And an amazing play by number 82 to get back to the ball. Jordan Love completely bailed. How in the world does he make that play? All right, I mean, I'm not ready for this. Might have to just bring Porter on top of it. And to the outside, we will not get a chance. I mean, it's 3rd and 2, and they're doing all that. I mean, like, that could literally be the play that decides, Greer not getting a chance, makes the difference between us seeing a future Hall of Famer or not. It's just crazy to think, but it's true. A couple of lucky plays where the defense, just absolutely sells, doesn't get there, and, now we don't get to see that final drive from Greer. Seeing the clock run out while the other team's in victory formation while barely winning is traumatizing. Seen it a few times now, and I hate it. But that will end the preseason. With us still going 2-1, obviously the coach not super happy. We put up some points, though, and we had ourselves a good, very competitive preseason where we got a few answers, but also just as many questions. Obviously, Greer wasn't great, but Hikaru we had that pick with. I think, based on preseason, Hikaru, he did better than Greer as the number 1 and the number 2. He played against the worst talent, played better. Played against the better talent, played better. Simply put, running. Apparently, Kenneth did not have a good day, but, I mean, what are you going to do? Bench him. Wide receivers, Fant is a god at tight end. Metcalf had a pretty good day. Patterson looks pretty impressive. Obviously, Lockett still, wherever the hell he is, can still do the thing. But he's just not, he's just not the number 1 target or number 2 target even. I don't see him as easily as I see everyone else. Don't know if he's just taking longer to get open. What's the story? But I don't know. It might be time. It might be time. That's all I can tell you. Of course, a couple of upgrade points. One of the biggest ones being Tariq Woolen, the superstar in this league already, getting himself a zone coverage upgrade, and actually gets an upgrade, speaking of, 84 overall, change of direction +1, play rec +2, and zone +2. What abilities do you have? Bottleneck, which is kind of sick, and then inside shade, which is really sick. Porter, the backup safety, who at this point, I wouldn't say a bust, but kind of a wasted pick. You know, going to be sitting back up to Marshall even. Gets himself an upgrade, which once again was not great. Xavier Moore, route running. Obviously, whatever you can get, slot probably the best, as that is more like short route, and that he is the slot guy. A 2 to short route, which puts him at 70+ for all of them, except for release. Braxton Barnett, his chances of being, you know, a starter on this team, unless he gets like a +10 to change of direction, is damn near 0. +2 to play. I mean, it's a pretty good upgrade, but ultimately not good enough, obviously. And we're going to head on to week 1 real quick, as I want to make sure that we don't get reset. Not that it really matters too much. We still seen what we've seen. Cut one player, we'll get that done. We've cut the wide receiver Keith Monroe, as we do not need that many wide receivers. And here we are, headed on to week 1. We have our camp standout. We have our home game. The season opener is our home opener, and against the Miami Dolphins, a very high-powered offense that is tough to slow down. We're a pretty good overall now, though. It just comes down to, can Hikaru carry us to a Super Bowl trip/win? Obviously, you can carry us to the playoffs, and you can, I wouldn't say carry, but you know what I mean. He can be the starting quarterback when we get there. Obviously, it seems like Kenneth Walker is the carry guy of anyone. But I'm still excited for the season, and yeah, like I said, I think the projected starting quarterback has got to be Hikaru. He looked the best, obviously. And I'd like to start Patterson, but, I mean, we have to trade Lockett then, which could happen before week 1 starts. It depends on if anyone's desperate enough. Maybe slap him on the trade block, see what we can get. But, of course, the defense, you know, Brooks is obviously the starter, and I like Alexander, but, man, Barton might still be the guy. It's tough to bench Barton. He has been good. He has been good. He looked pretty damn good in preseason, obviously, and man, it sucks because he's on the older side, obviously. 27 is, you know, his ceiling is like pretty much capped. But man, obviously some changes. You know, obviously have to put Jamal Adams in at the starting strong safety spot. But pretty good showing in preseason. We know a lot of the starting positions, but there are a few that we don't, which obviously is that linebacker spot and wide receiver spot. But regardless, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays, for non-Madden kind of playthroughs of games. Right now we're doing Far Cry. Getting closer to finishing, I imagine. And maybe there will have been one already up on the second channel by the time you're seeing this. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,